Plans for a new science building has the SJSU community excited. I'm Jacqueline Contreras, and I'll have that story coming up.
Need to plan your weekend? I'm Chioma Lewis, and I will have your 3-day weekend forecast coming up.
It's the end of an era for Marvel as its latest installment, Avengers Endgame, hit theaters this weekend. I'm William Dela Cruz, and I'll have that story coming up.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Ben Stein.
And I'm Domino Ibarra.
SJSU students are fighting to reduce and remove cannabis convictions in Santa Clara County, and they are urging for the district attorney's office to take action. Jasmine Stracan has more on the story.
At the Santa Clara County Executive Office on Wednesday, SJSU Students Against Mass Incarceration, or SAMI, demanded the Santa Clara County District Attorney commits to clearing cannabis convictions.
It seems unfair that they're in prison for something that's legal, like marijuana. So we want those cases to be expunged, and we want people to be let out and their records to be cleared because they don't deserve to be in prison for something that's legal.
Governor Brown signed Bill 1793 requiring district attorneys to review marijuana convictions by July of next year, but the county has not taken action.
This bill has kind of been going around, is the use of marijuana right or wrong? And that's not really the issue. The real issue should be why are these counties not following up and following through with the law of giving those people the life-changing opportunities that the law says they should get.
We ask Jeff Rosen. We demand Jeff Rosen. We demand the whole staff to immediately...
The press conference featured speakers such as Pastor Jethro Moore and chair of the San Jose Cannabis Equity Group, Daniel Montanero. Both are fighting with SAMI toward the expungement of these records. Other counties like Los Angeles have committed to clearing up to 50,000 convictions. San Joaquin will clear up to 4,000 convictions. And just last year, San Francisco cleared 8,000 convictions, according to Code of America. SAMI demands that the district attorney's office publicly announce and release its plan for these removals and reductions, and define the number of cases that are eligible. In San Jose, Jasmine Stracan, Update News.
Since SJSU is located in the heart of Silicon Valley, there's an expectation of innovation. The university is answering the call, with a new science building expected to open in the next 2 years. Jacqueline Contreras is live in the newsroom with more. Jacqueline?
Domino. University administrators are hoping to put SJSU's College of Science on the map and advance to modern science practices. These hopes lie with the new science building that was celebrated last week. Innovation took center stage at the ceremonial groundbreaking of the up-and-coming interdisciplinary science building. The 8-story building is expected to cost $180 million and is the first new academic facility built in the last 30 years. Ground was broken on the site on April 25th.
When you look at the design of the new building, what you'll see is that many parts of it are meant to get people out of their traditional seats and into spaces where they can exchange ideas.
The ISB, as it is commonly referred to, is funded through SJSU system-wide revenue bonds, as well as some other reserves. It will include new laboratories and research facilities that will pave the way to more advanced student research. Students showcase their research findings outside Duncan Hall the day of the ceremonial groundbreaking for the College of Science's 15th Annual Student Research Day.
The building is expected to open in 2022. However, some students plan to return to use the laboratories.
By the time biochemistry senior Stephen Valdespino graduates this spring, the ISB will still be under construction.
I'm excited for the new building because although we do have great equipment in here, Duncan has been here for a long time, and so a lot of things are kind of old, sometimes smell a little bit funny.
So, he plans to return to SJSU for his master's and take advantage of the ISB's amenities. One of the goals that administrators hope to accomplish through the ISB is to lead students to become innovators in the Silicon Valley.
That's how Silicon Valley works. That's the core spirit, if you will, of the innovation economy, to have students from across disciplines working together to solve a problem.
The ISB will be used by students across all departments in the College of Science. Students studying the ISB will explore climate change, K-12 science education, fire management, and more. Live in the newsroom, Jacqueline Contreras, Update News.
Professors at San Jose State are trying to stop the next deadly firestorm before it happens. They hosted the first annual Fire Weather Research Workshop on April 26th, led by Meteorology Associate Professor Craig Clements. The Fire Weather Research Lab has been active since 2007. The group is trying to understand wildland fire behavior by studying fire-atmospheric interactions. Clements says that the lab is the only academic fire weather program in the nation. Topics discussed at the Friday workshop included new findings on downslope winds, as well as weather associated with the Camp and Tubbs fires.
The Mosaic Station started the second season of a podcast this academic year, with each show focusing on current issues. These podcasts look at everything from cultural identity to social justice. Nathan Doyle gives us a look.
With over 40 visitors a day, the Mosaic Center reaches out to more students through their podcast, which encourages diversity and social justice empowerment by allowing marginalized people to share their stories and concerns with society. The center has developed more than 13 podcasts in the past 2 years, many with unique premises, including analysis on popular television programs and interviews with up-and-coming artists.
To be honest, I've been a lifelong Avatar fan, so when I heard there's like an Avatar-themed episode of that kind of like made me take a lot more notice, because I do think that it's one of those shows that you can enjoy even now as an adult, and it does.
Michael Ladson plays a huge role in the development of these podcasts.
So Avatar: The Last Airbender, so Social Core podcast was like strong women representation, bringing up Asian representation with the multiracial, multi-ethnic podcast, be able to like tell my story and the people who are in the podcast's story.
Christopher Yang is the director of the Cross-Cultural Mosaic Center.
So one of the things that we actively try to do is talk with people about diversity and social justice issues in the mediums that people care about. And what I personally am a big fan of is being able to engage with people through pop culture.
The Center podcast reaches out to students and teaches them about issues relevant to their lives. This is Nathan Doyle, live on campus.
And now we have Chioma Lewis with the weather. Chioma?
Thanks, Ben. Last week, San Jose saw some very warm weather. Members of the community took that opportunity to enjoy some time in the sun. O'Donnell Garden Park had a spring makeover last Saturday for the Sun Festival. The Spring Festival, hosted by the South University Neighborhood Association, is a collaboration between residents, Communiversity, and San Jose State University students and faculty. Attendees participated in Earth Day activities and learned about sustainability, and it looks like they had a great day to do it. Looking ahead, your 3-day weekend forecast consists of a warm day for Friday. There will be a high of 76 and a low of 50. Saturday, there will be a cooler day. There will be a high of 73 and a low of 50. And Sunday, it will be a much cooler day with a high of 69 and a low of 52. The whole weekend will be partly cloudy. And that's all I have for weather.
Thanks, Chioma. When we come back, Jasmine Stracan will be here with a look at arts and entertainment.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has fans supercharged with the release of Avengers: Endgame.
Different cultures and communities come together in the Bay Area for the 10th International Children's Festival.
And now we have Jasmine Stracan with A&E.
So, Jasmine, I love to draw, and I hear you have a way to make it better.
Yeah, well, you can drink. Visitors are drawing their worries away at Art Gallery in San Jose. Drink and Draw is a free event at Art Boutique on Race Street. Guests of all ages can come and express themselves creatively. The Art Boutique provides guests with the essentials such as paper, crayons, pencils, and more. Visitors can also grab a drink or a bite to eat while special guest Saparo's Records spins classic hip-hop vinyl.
It's not a themed drawing night, there's no guided thing. It's just kind of a free form, come in here, color, draw, sketch, just have some food while you doodle, draw, whatever you want to do. It's an all vinyl night, so we're spinning records.
At every event, the Art Boutique will take the best drawings of the night and hang them on the wall for display. Avengers Endgame is making history at the box office. It's being considered as the generation Star Wars. William De La Cruz is live on campus with more. William?
Jasmine. Nearly 1 year after the release of Avengers Infinity War, the Avengers are back with their final film, Avengers Endgame, bringing a close to their 11-year run at the box office. Here's a recap of what to expect.
The wait is over. Marvel's Avengers Endgame is finally out, leaving fans feeling a flux of emotions.
My emotions kind of went back and forth with it because you get all excited and then you start seeing some of the scenes that, it kind of makes you sad, but, it gives you energy at the same time.
The film takes place after the events of Avengers Infinity War. And with the help of new allies, the Avengers are set on righting the wrongs from the previous film. Directors Joe and Anthony Russo say this film is different from all the past Marvel movies.
We try to make each film different than the last. So this film certainly stands apart from Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier. It's got its own tone.
Filled with a star-studded cast committed to their roles, Endgame is an emotional roller coaster of a movie. Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, says the hardest part for him was keeping Cap relevant throughout the years.
The biggest worry is not only trying to make the guy entertaining, but to make sure that the series stays entertaining, And I just really credit everyone over at Marvel. I mean, they know these comics.
From the box office take, the series appears to still entertain audiences in a big way. It shows in theaters all throughout the world and has recorded an estimated $300 million at the box office domestically in its opening weekend, even breaking about $1.2 billion globally.
Although this is the end of the Avengers, it's not the end for Marvel. Its next film, Spider-Man Far From Home, hits theaters on July 5th. On campus, William De La Cruz. Update news.
Coffee, people, and causes. These are 3 things that Advocate Coffee Company focuses on to give back to the community, build connections, and support nonprofits. The company is based in the Bay Area and is an online coffee distributor. Besides selling coffee, the company's CEO, Mariah Mensing, hosts workshops to raise money for charitable causes. This year, Mensing's Spotlight program is raising money for a family in Zimbabwe, Africa. The family is facing increases in school tuition, and Mensing will use the proceeds of the workshop to help pay for the children's school fees. Mensing hosts other kinds of workshops, including crafts and yoga. She says she wants to continue hosting these workshops twice a month to help raise awareness about nonprofits as well as share the joys of coffee. A local event is celebrating its 10th anniversary. It is held where one can relax and have some fun, especially for children. But there is more to that when it comes to International Children's Festival. Paul Hang has the story.
At Discovery Meadow, fun is always in store for kids. But the International Children's Festival is the ultimate experience. Children let out their inner joy during the day as they had so many options to play. Organized by Children's Fest, and they have one goal, bringing children from other cultures and communities together in the Bay Area. Booths sold accessories. Some of them might be considered exotic for newcomers.
I have friends in Turkey, they made with their hands and they ship it here.
Attendees enjoyed a variety of rides, pet zoo animals, or watched performances. One of the performances showed a mixture of a modern and cultural ethnic Turkish dance.
So we have a lot of performers performing their dance, and there are a lot of gift shops and fun for kids like slime, face painting.
Ethnic food was also offered with the usual refreshments. Some attendees were first-timers and enjoyed their experience. One of them discovered through Facebook, and his curiosity led him on.
Got to see kids enjoying doing traditional dances and so beautiful and colorful. As well as all the booths, they are all nice.
It's been a long day, but there was plenty of fun to be had for the kids and the adults. Downtown, Paul
Hang, Update News.
And that does it for arts and entertainment. Do you have any plans to see Avengers?
Yeah, I'm seeing it this weekend and I can't wait.
Good.
When we come back, Gabriel Mungray will be here with sports.
With 2 weeks left in the season, the Spartan softball team sweeps up a victory this past weekend.
Spartan football's Josh Oliver will be heading to Florida following this year's NFL draft. And now we have Gabriel Mungray here with sports. So, Gabe, I heard the softball season's coming to an end.
Yeah, the team is currently on a 5-game winning streak and looking to end the season strong. The Spartan softball team is currently 2 games back of Colorado State in the Mountain West Conference standings. SJSU swept Utah State this weekend to keep pace with the Rams, just 2 weeks left in the regular season. Let's look back at the Spartans' dramatic victory in Game 2 of the series. The San Jose State softball team orchestrated a late-inning comeback to defeat Utah State 3-2 on Saturday. Spartans freshman pitcher Chris Hildebrand and Aggies freshman pitcher Capri Toon were in a pitching duel for most of the afternoon. The Aggies struck first after a RBI sacrifice fly ball by freshman catcher Gabriel Jimenez in the top of the second inning. Head coach Peter Turner says the team struggled on the field and at the plate for most of the game.
Very uninspired. At one point, I quit keeping count. We had 10 outs in the first 4 or 5 innings that were all fly ball outs, 2 of which were hit hard, the rest were not.
Utah State added another run in the top of the 4th inning to extend their lead by 2. SJSU junior pitcher Carolyn Bowman came in to relieve Hildebrand in the 4th inning and shut out the Aggies' offense for the rest of the game.
Chris and Janessa yesterday and today had really been shutting them down, so that gave me a little confidence boost. I just really wanted to go out there and do it for my team.
The Spartans scored their first run in the bottom of the 5th after a RBI single by senior outfielder Kristen Heffley. SJSU continued their rally in the bottom of the 6th inning after junior outfielder Kaylin Amrine tied the game at 2 after a RBI sacrifice fly ball. With the game on the line, SJSU freshman infielder Alyssa Graham hit a go-ahead RBI double to give the Spartans the lead and secure the 3-2 victory for the Spartans.
I just knew I had to get the job done. We were looking for a deep pop fly, and that's all I was trying to do, really. Nothing too big, no pressure, just knew I had to do something for my team.
Turner discussed what he is looking for in his team to improve on going into the final stretch of the regular season.
I'm just looking for us to close out with solid performances, and if we do play solid performances, we'll win.
The Spartans will head on the road next week to take on the University of New Mexico starting on Friday. On campus, Gabriel Mungray, Update News. Spartans tight end Josh Oliver is leaving California and heading to Florida. Oliver will be suiting up as a member of the Jaguars after being drafted by Jacksonville last Saturday. Oliver finished his 4th and final season at SJSU in November with 706 yards receiving. Oliver finished as the 5th most productive tight end in the football subdivision and was named to the All-Mountain West team. Standing 6'4" and weighing in at 246 pounds, Oliver impressed the Jags enough for them to select the Paso Robles native.
Josh Oliver is a guy that can run, who had a number of catches. I think it was 58 catches. Run after the catch guy.
Just 2 years removed from an AFC Championship game appearance. This offseason, Jacksonville also added former Philadelphia Eagle and Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. Traditionally, Foles has relied on his tight end, so Oliver has a chance to make an immediate offensive impact. Oliver reported to Jacksonville this week as rookie minicamp will start on May 10th for the Jags. And that's all I have for sports. So, the women's softball team needs to finish in first to head to the NCAA regionals. Do you guys think that will happen?
I sure hope so. And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
From all of us here, thanks for joining us and see you next week.